Technology. All right.
I can see your screen. Looks like we're live. Yeah.
All right. Boom. What's up, Facebook group exploders? Coach Corey here, and together we'll do better. Just super excited about this interview today. We're doing an interview with Amin. He is a Facebook ads master, and he is launching his own course all about mastering Facebook ads. So you're definitely gonna want to stick around. I'm gonna go ahead and let Amin kind of introduce himself, a little bit about his background, and then we'll kind of dive right down into it. So what's going on, Amin?
Thanks, Corey. Hi, everyone. My name is Amin, and I come with about 20 years of background in different capacities in the IT industry. And I was working for large corporates for many years. And there was a day that I had that bubble like many of you guys, and I realized what I want to do is something else. I don't want to work with someone and build someone else's dream. I want to help and serve others, and I want to work for my own dream. So I came out and I started doing independent consulting, and then business coaching, business mentoring. And one of the problems that I found was Facebook ads. Initially, I started working on it because of my own requirements for getting new customers and also for the gaming company that I had. But when I was talking to a couple of different customers that I had, they were complaining the Facebook ad is not working, or we have gone through multiple different trainings and we tried to put different bits and pieces together, but it's not working. Just we don't know what's wrong with it. And I said, okay, let's do something. Let's put something together that can work perfectly for everyone, well, whether they have experience or whether they don't have experience. And one of the reasons that I was so obsessed with that, on top of the customer requirements, was my background in artificial intelligence and machine learning, which are the technologies that Facebook is using to drive ads and also show the content to you guys and predict our behaviors better than ourselves. So those were the basis of creating this program and then running it through the small businesses that I was working with. And I found that if I can take this live and make it online, there are lots of other people who can take benefit from it. Now, the program is relatively expensive, to be honest. There are specific reasons for it. You will see when I introduce the program itself. But we have a promotion running between now and 30th of June that you can buy the entire program just for $100. But before I jump into the program itself, I want to give you guys heads up about Facebook ads. I want to add some value and share some information with you, which is really valuable for you. And one of the things is, Corey, if you don't mind stop sharing your desktop. Do you want me to share my desktop and I share a couple of slides with everyone? Yep. Then we go through the program. Do you want to do that? Yep. Awesome. Cool. So let me share my desktop. Okay, can you see the screen?
I can see it.
Okay, great.
There's usually a little lag, when you're doing Facebook Lives like this, yes. So it's probably gonna take a second, but it looks like it's about to pop up. So, yep, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So the idea that I came up with was when I reviewed what are the options on the market, because this is not the only course, this is not the only program. I realized people need to be successful, and they want something that can help them from step-by-step guidance to achieve their goals. So what I came up with was a unique program, which is not a video course. In this program, I give you training for 2 weeks, and I tell you why 2 weeks in a few minutes. Bear with me. But every day you get access to the training, and one of the other benefits you get in this program is on daily basis, I will be live with you We will review what we covered the day before, what we are going to cover today, and also I will answer all of the questions you may have about the contents, because you may watch the content in different times. But that live session will be a great opportunity for us to interact with each other, and I answer your questions and help you get ready for the next chunk of the program. The other thing which is unique about this program is every day you will have training, tasks, and missions. And what I did was I deconstructed the entire Facebook ads into multiple different chunks that you can learn on daily basis and just done and dusted. For instance, on day 3 of the program, we're going to talk about audience targeting, which is one of the most important elements in Facebook ads. And believe it or not, 60% of the Facebook ads are failing because of wrong audience targeting. When I reveal a lot of Facebook training courses on the market, I see people are teaching you bits and pieces in one section, and then bits and pieces in another section, bits and pieces in another section. I went through another process. I want you to learn audience targeting as one chunk of objective, finish it, and then let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. And I established this structure for the entire course. Every day we will focus on a very specific topic. I just quickly scroll down towards what the program is on daily basis, then I will come back here with you. So this is how the program is structured. Let me quickly skip the animation. Okay, so day 0, you will learn some of the key secrets inside the Facebook system, and that's one of the reasons a lot of people are failing is because they don't know how the system works. If you go on YouTube and search for creating Facebook ads or publishing ads on Facebook, you get tons of different videos about how to jump on the console. It could be either the ad manager or business manager and create ads and publish it. Believe me, that is the easiest part of Facebook ads. But predicting success rate of your Facebook ads, that's the hard part. But if you analyze any industry, you will see there is no such thing as luck. All of the successful stories have a pattern. If you can identify the patterns and techniques behind the successful Facebook ads, you can easily model your own Facebook ads based on them. So what I start the course with is day 0. Day 0 prepares you for having a deep understanding of the system, how Facebook works, and how Facebook prepares the content for its audiences, and how Facebook is presenting ads, which today I will briefly touch base on them, but in the course we will go into deep dive. And then we start with to establish a solid foundation of the Facebook ads, which again, I tell you why I started to approach with foundations. When I talk to many different customers who are complaining about the performance of their Facebook ads, I see they're using wrong campaign for wrong customers. They're using wrong type of ad for wrong type of traffic. So what I want you to know during the foundation session, which is day 1, I want you to be clear on who is your audience, what type of traffic it is, and what type of campaign you should use for them, and what type of ad is suitable for them. If you know that, then that will solve a lot of problems for you. After that, we move to second day, which we will talk about audience targeting, but not the way that everyone is doing them, the way that the masters are doing it. Then we will next we will deep dive into Facebook ads, different types of ads, and which one of them is suitable for what type of traffic and what type of audience, and give you some hints and tips and tricks. Day 4 will be about your ad copy and how you can put your ads together, something that is captivating and something that can just motivate the users to just stop scrolling and click on your ad.
The link, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, again, just talking about clicking on the ad, Corey. That's one of the other problems that I want you to stay away from it, and one of the mistakes that I want you to prevent when you're advertising on Facebook, regardless of whether you join the course or not, is a lot of people try to sell multiple different actions to the users. Just make sure you sell them, click, and take them to your funnel or take them to your page. Just focus on that, because as soon as you detach them from the ad, and as soon as you first grab their attention, and second, you motivate them to click on your ad and go to your page, then you will have multiple different ways of collecting information about their interests and their behavior based on their interaction with your website. That's what we discussed in the course. And then you can retarget them, because a lot of times people are frustrated because they are sending traffic to their website, but they don't make any sale. They don't make any revenue. The reality is people need to make interaction with your ad and your content between 6 to 8 times, sometimes 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, but 6 to 8 is a generic number, is a typical number. And you need to establish a strategy about how you're going to approach different types of traffics with what type of ad and what is the next step. So this is the game that I want you to learn to play. It's like a chess. Everyone can know the movements, but the masters will play it with a strategy. They have a strategic plan, how they're going to approach, how they're going to use the hook, how they're going to use the story, and how they're going to put the offer in front of the users. A lot of folks just put the offer out in front of the users, which depending on the user and the type of traffic, it may get response or not. Then day 5, we talk about, yes, go ahead, Tor.
Let me jump in just real quick, because I think that's probably one of the biggest problems with Facebook ads. Is, I mean, people really don't understand them, and they don't I'm a complete newbie. I don't know how to do ads, but from what you're already talking about in just this video, obviously you know a ton more than I do. But for me, being just the average Joe, I'm like, okay, well, if you want to run Facebook ads, and you have to have a Facebook page, and then you create a page, and then basically you do you create a post, whatever it might be, and then of course Facebook's like, oh, boost this post, and chances are if you do that, if you just boost a random post, you're not going to get hardly any results. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that just a complete newbie amateur would do. But obviously, I think in this course, I haven't gone through all of it yet, obviously, because there's so much to it, guys. But I know that I need to completely re-strategize and start going off of what's inside of this course, because what I've tried in the past, I've literally just thrown money away trying to get people to buy a product or whatever. But anyway, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there. I think you're on step 5.
No, that's fine.
But just wanted to throw in my quick 2 cents, because like I said, it's hard to find a course out there that's about Facebook ads that's going to actually give you what you're looking for, right? Like you were talking about earlier, there's so many gurus out there that want to have these, YouTube videos or whatever talking about their Facebook ad strategy, and they kind of, tell you what needs to be done, but they don't show you how to do it. And that's the biggest problem I see out there, is that, it's like, oh yeah, get a target audience. Well, duh, but how do you do that, right? And in this course, in module 2 or whatever, that's, the key focus of it is just learning how to get the right targeted audience. So I think that's awesome. Anyway, back to you, step number 5.
Yeah. And back to your question before we continue. Yes, there are some situations that boosting your post or boosting your page, it adds value, but we will discuss them in the course. There are situations you need to look at them case by case. Then we talk about pixel and macro data collection. So these are really, really important, because you need to know how Facebook is collecting data, how Facebook is using that data to predict our behavior, because then you can predict the behavior of your customer, and you can say, okay, now how I can use that in order to feed Facebook's algorithm and let Facebook do the hefty lifting for me and target my audience. And that's one of the reasons, again, I told you, just get the users to click on your ad and go to your page, because we will install Pixel on your sales funnel, on your sales page, on your website. And then based on what activities they have on your website, we can then feed Facebook's algorithm and say, look, this user had a behavior of my customer, go and find me 1 million users like this one. But if we don't have that data, we cannot help the system, and system cannot help us, okay? Now, after these 5 days comes your end of week 1, and then you will get your Mission Impossible 1. One of the things that I sometimes discuss with my clients, and believe it or not, I was talking to 2 people in the past couple of weeks. One of them spent $20,000 on Facebook, and she just got about 500 leads, something like that. Yeah. So here is what I always say to my clients. Here is I always say to my friends who are running Facebook ads. Facebook ads is a very mature, advanced, and sophisticated system. If your ad, if your content, if your offer, and if your audience targeting are all set and aligned together, you can get the result with $5 to $10, then scale the ad. If you don't get the result with $10 or $5, you need to first figure out what is wrong with it, whether your campaign is set up incorrectly, whether you select incorrect campaign, you need to change the type of campaign, whether audience targeting, or we discussed that how to diagnose the ad and find the problem later on. But my point is, if the ad is not working with $5, $10, you don't see any outcome, you cannot get an outcome with $10,000. Something is wrong with it. You need to fix it. And the purpose of the mission at the end of week 1 is you get 2 missions, and those 2 missions will help you put all of the bits and pieces that you learn in week 1 and go out, create 2 Facebook ads, put them out, spend $5 or $10. I don't want you to break the bank. $5 and $10, collect some data. Yeah, collect some data. After 2 days, we resume the course with helping you mastering the metrics, what they mean, what do they say, and which one of the metrics is useful for what type of ad and what type of campaign. Then the reason that I want you to use those ads are for 2 purposes. First of all, you will confidently, at the end of week 1, can implement your ad. Also, you can implement Pixel and you can collect data from the visitors on your website. Secondly, when we go to the second week and we talk about optimization and we talk about metrics, instead of me showing you my scenario and my imaginary case study, you can learn those concepts and learn those topics based on the metrics of your own ad. So when I talk about this metric means A, this metric is B, you can then correlate that with your own ad, and you can see how your ad is performing. I want you to learn that way because that's completely different. Then after talking to the metrics, you will learn how we can now, system is so smart, but we are human, how we can also use different strategies to be much more smarter than system. Then
let me just jump in just real quick before we kind of get into that's like week 2. We got a couple of quick questions I wanted to see if you can answer. Sam Torres was asking if you can discuss the pros and cons of creating multiple ad accounts in your business manager.
So multiple ad accounts, it depends on, sometimes it's not about pros and cons. It comes to use cases. Like, for instance, one of the things that I always say to people is, when you are dealing with Facebook, make sure you stay compliant, then you advertise. Facebook is all about user experience. If you do anything that can impact the user's user experience, Facebook's user experience, Facebook is going to block you. Now, why having 2 different ad accounts? Sometimes you have 2 different ad accounts for different purposes. Imagine you are in affiliate marketing and you're targeting 2 different niches at the same time. You are targeting health and beauty and you are targeting real estate industry at the same time. So it's good to have 2 different ad accounts, and each of the ad accounts operate separately. But if you are just an affiliate marketer or operating in multiple different advertising, multiple different brands, but they are in the same niche, that you don't need to have separate ad account. And sometimes you have a business manager and you have multiple different segments or sections of your company, and each of them can have their own product, each of them can have their own portfolio, which they may need their own ad accounts. And when it comes to business manager, there are a lot to discuss, and again, we'll discover all of them in detail later on.
Right. I got you.
Right.
Cool.
And then, yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. And then day 8 of the program, we're going to focus on optimization for high conversion. You have the campaign, now you learn how it works, you learn how to monitor it, how to measure it, and you learn, okay, now I know the metrics. Now I know what the metrics are telling me. In day 8, you will learn how you can convert those metrics and their values into actionable items and tasks that will help you optimize the campaign for improving your conversions. Then it comes day 9, which is one of the biggest topic of all. That's retargeting, because as I mentioned, users are coming to your page, they don't buy anything, they just wait, they go to research. But most probably, some of you may have seen my sales funnel yet, but you didn't buy. Why? Because you're still thinking, you're still researching, you're still checking the options, or you may want to talk to someone that you know or someone you may trust. So retargeting allows you to put your ads or different types of ads in front of the users in different ways, and you can retarget them, bring them back to your page. And sometimes we do it with different marketing strategies in order to increase our sales. Sometimes we can say, Facebook, show this ad to the people who came to my page and went to the cart, but they didn't check out. And now what I want to give them is, I want to give them an extra or a further 20% off to motivate them come back and finalize their checkout. So there are multiple different strategies you can have, but day 9 is all about retargeting. Then finally, after we learn all of that, we talk about scaling and execution blueprint. That is how bad you're going to scale your advertising on Facebook. And then comes your impossible mission for week 2, which again, now this one is going to go beyond what you implemented in week 1. And now what I want to do is I want to share with you some information. And one of them is, when it comes to Facebook ads, again, there are a lot. So basically, I categorize the people who advertise on Facebook in different groups. There are people who are beginners. There are people who are losers. There are people who are, I also call them gamblers. There are people who are generalists. There are people who are professional, people who are masters. The people who are beginners, they just started working with Facebook ads, and there is no problems with that. I was a beginner once. So everyone who is going to start with Facebook ad is a beginner if they don't have any experience with it. But generalists are the ones who are using the Facebook ads for very general purposes, and because of their purpose, they don't need to learn deep, or they may not need to go deep. For instance, someone just as a visionary leader may just need to know how the Facebook ads work at the surface level, but he's not going to create any Facebook ads. He's not going to run any campaign. He has a team, or he has an agency that's going to run the ad for him. So they may stay at the generalist level. But the losers are the ones that just start to learn, and without learning how the system works and what are the logics behind the system's operation, they just spend money on the system and say, oh, I need to spend more, or one of the users' strategy that I call it sticking their ads, without knowing what is really wrong with the ad. They just go and tweak different things. Oh, let me try this one. Let me change the audience age from 27 to 40. Let me change the photo. Let me change the headline. But when you ask them why you did those changes, they say, I don't know, something is not working. I'm just trying to figure it out. But that's not the way. You're just losing your time. You're just losing your effort. You're just losing your money. When you are a professional, you go further than scratching the surface. You go deeper down than the generalist. And then when you become a master, you learn the system inside out. And those who are masters, those are the ones that they can look at your ad, they can look at your sales funnel, they can look at your metrics, and they can say what is wrong with it and why. They can tell you what and why and how to fix it. I want you to become the masters in this program.
Yeah, and I think that's really important too. Like, first of all, even if you're gonna go out and hire like a VA or somebody like that to come in and kind of manage your Facebook ads, I think you definitely need to have a knowledge of how it works anyway, because there's a lot of people out there, again, that will say that they're masters of Facebook ads, right? And then you go and you hire them, and sure, they put up an ad or whatever, but you don't get the kind of results that you're kind of really expecting, and you're spending a lot more money than you really should be. So really getting the full understanding of how Facebook ads work and taking a course like this, I mean, especially at $100, guys, a course like this for $100 is just like, pennies in the bucket, right? Because you're going to spend and waste a whole lot more than $100 trying to do ads yourself and trying to figure it out yourself than to take this course and just, learn what you need to learn and then actually make money with your ads rather than just throwing it out the window. So for $100, like I said, guys, definitely worth it. You need to check it out. I'll make sure I post a link here in a little bit. But before we get into that, I had another question real quick. Daryl, wait, was it Daryl? No, it was Sam Torres again asking, do you go over video ads retargeting strategies? I thought that was in your day 9, but is that something that you go over inside this course? Like,
yeah, so we have one day dedicated to Facebook ads deep dive. So in that day, we talk about all of the different types of ads. We talk about the image ads, text ads, visual journey, video ads. We talk about each of them in detail and what are the most suitable targeted audience for each type of ads, different tips and tricks when you're creating those ads, and also different KPIs and metrics for each type of ad. So as I said, every day is focused on a specific topic, and I want you to learn and master that topic in that day. Just make sure when you leave that day, you know everything you need to know about ads now, whether it's image ad, whether it's video ad, whatever. When you come to day 9, I want to make sure you learn everything about retargeting, completely dedicated to the retargeting. That's how I want you to master it. So it goes specifically systematic through everything, and every section has its own day, every important section. And then, yeah, definitely. So retargeting day 9, and then day 3, we'll talk about different types of Facebook ads. And Facebook, yeah, video ads are one of the most important elements at the moment. Yeah.
Sweet.
And back to your point, Corey, it's as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, even if we have a social media agency running our ads, we need to have a deep understanding of how the ads are working, because we can establish our own strategy, because we can talk about it. We can decide, we can define a strategy. We can say, okay, well, how we want to do it. And then we let them to do the job.
Yeah. And then, another thing that I was going to throw out there too is, if you take a course like this and you really truly do master the art of Facebook ads, you can go out there and do that for people too, right? Instead of, going out and paying somebody to come and do yours, you can now start charging people to do theirs. And that's just another added benefit of becoming the master of anything, right? Like once you learn it, you can go off and sell it and be successful with that as well in the future. And with that being said, like, do you actually do any type of like Facebook ad management, like is beyond this course?
No, I don't. I was doing in the past, but I don't do anymore because I don't have the time, and my time is mostly rent doing consulting and other tasks. But one thing that I can say is, if you come, because as I said, the course has missions for every day. So every day you have a mission to complete, and that mission is, for instance, when it comes to who was asking about the video ads?
That was Sam Torres.
Sam Torres. Okay, so for instance, Sam wants to know about video ads or any type of ads. The mission for day 3 is for you to identify, based on your product and based on your customers that you are targeting and based on the ads that we discussed, what type of Facebook ad you are going to use, why you are going to use that, and what type of headline you're going to use, what type of video, what type of image you are going to use. So that will be the mission for you. So then in the mission prior to that, you already built your targeted audience detail and detailed persona. And then bits and pieces comes together, you will implement them at the end of week 1. Now, back to your point about social media agency, I don't run ads, but the people who are going to finish all of the missions on time, they will get another extra bonus, and that is on top of the course, you will learn how to establish your own social media agency. And that is why if you go to the roadmap of the program, yes, boom, after finishing the program, you see we have how to make 10K per month and how to make 20K per month running Facebook ads. And then when you manage to make 20K per month with Facebook ads, you can join an exclusive club. That is, I'll call it the Masters Club.
Awesome.
All right. Now, I wanted to quickly share with you some information. First of all, I mentioned make sure you stay compliant, then you advertise on Facebook. One of the problems I see people are struggling with is inconsistency in the information they provide to Facebook. For instance, I see people have business addresses registered, and the Facebook page is registered with another address the address on the Facebook Business Manager is different from the one on the Facebook page. Any information you provide to Facebook, make sure it's consistent with each other. If you have one address for your business, that address should be the same address on your business page as well as your Business Manager account. Sometimes I see people have their home address on their business page, and then they have the business address on Business Manager. Anything about information of the account owners, anything about the usernames, your personal information, make sure everything is consistent. The other problem that I see, sometimes people put credit cards for payments, and that credit card is not under their own name, or it's not under the name of the company. That causes a problem. That causes Facebook to lock down your account until you fix those problems. You need to. There are a lot. What I always say is there are a lot that you can do, and you can stay compliant in advance rather than struggling weeks and weeks and weeks trying to unlock your account. So I would tell you most of them that I know of based on my experience and based on my research in the course. But that's really important. We'll talk about account types as well. Ad compliance is also really important. I will show you some of the different strategies, tips and tricks, and what to do, what not to do, what to stay away from, in order to make sure your ads are compliant and Facebook doesn't complain about your ad, because Facebook doesn't want the users to complain or sue Facebook because of the ads that you put on Facebook platform. A couple of things quickly. Stay away from anything that talks about before and after, whether it's hair loss or weight loss or reducing the size of the belly, or any of them, whether it's in your ad copy, whether it's in your image. Facebook doesn't like it. So stay away from it.
Yeah, or the make money online, right?
Yes. Income figures. Now, income figures are interesting as well, because there have been a lot of scams around, and Facebook doesn't like it. If you really have done something that you took your business from 5-figure to 7-figure to 8-figure, and it's your business, you can say, I am teaching you how I took my 6-figure business to 7-figure and then 8-figure business. That's a claim of what you have done, and you're going to teach them what you've done. But telling them, let me show you how you can make 8-figure or 7-figure, that's a claim. That's a claim that Facebook doesn't like, because if something goes wrong and people come back and complain, Facebook, this guy advertised on Facebook, why you didn't block it? So stay away from it. At the moment, Facebook is also very, very picky on make money from home advertisers around that. Just be aware and stay away from them. There are a lot to these, but I just wanted to give you some information. The other thing which is really important is the tone and the language and the vocab that you're using in your ad. Like, for instance, imagine if you are advertising a weight loss program. Stay away from things like, oh, do you feel fat and do you feel chubby and it's your time to lose weight. No, try to use the positive tone and motivate the people, like, it's your time to take control of your health and wealthy lifestyle, or it's your time to live a happy life, and just make sure to deliver the positive outcome and positive impact for the users. Anything that delivers negative impact, Facebook doesn't like it. The other thing that I tell you, this one I'm pretty sure you will love it. When you go to the sales funnel, one of the sections that you see is importance of patterns and techniques. When people talk about superpowers, one of my superpowers is patterns recognition. I'm so good at that, and I created my own methodology that I used over the past 12 years for course creation and course development, and that is through the patterns and techniques recognition. That is the key part. So what I did was I went through all of the success and failure stories that I could find, and I tried to create the list of patterns, why some of them works, why some of them don't work. And I share with you some of them here. I'm pretty sure you will love them. Let's see something as a pattern in Facebook ads visuals. I'll show you this image. You can see it. Can you guess which one of these ads will sell better?
I really don't know.
No? Do you see any response from the folks who are live?
Let's see. If everybody's watching, which one do you think's better? The one on the left, one, or number two on the right? Let's see if we get any responses.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the same thing, just with the pictures on opposite sides of the wording, right?
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
I don't
as
know.
I
I
said,
mean,
Corey, yeah, as I said, all of these success stories, they are proven, right? They have philosophy, they have psychology, they have science behind them. And I don't want the folks to go out and just burn themselves, try different things, because these are proven. Why we should try something? This is proven that which one works.
yeah. Sam Torres is saying one for us and two for Asia.
Okay, no, I tell you one for everyone.
One
let's
for
see.
everyone.
let's let's see. Let's see what is behind this one, for instance. Now, human brain has two different parts: the left and side part, and right part. Sorry. Now, we don't want to get into the entire science, but what is important for us is the art awareness on the right side of the brain, and the written language awareness on the left side of the brain, which is responsible for processing text that we see, and this one is responsible for processing the images that we see. Now, interestingly, human eyes are connected to opposite side of the brain. So left eye is connected to the right side of the brain, and right eye is connected to the left side of the brain. Now, and then they send signal to the brain based on what they see. This means, based on our behavior, based on our typical behavior, the human eye movement is typically moves from left to right and top to bottom, like that. Now, if you look at the ads, this one is the winner. Why? Because we see this one, and then we go here, read this one. For some of the people, that when you put the image on the right side, is going to be a bit weird. Now, you learn that one. The other thing is because the human eye is moving from top to the bottom. You see, the most important elements are put there. How much weight you lose, what is the name of the name of the product, and then you see telephone number or address. Though they become smaller, going down. The other thing I want you to learn is human brain processes the images 60,000 times faster than the text. So you better to focus on delivering your message visually rather than with the text. But again, I will tell you, when you bring people to the funnel and they become your hot and super hot traffics, you can put a full text ad in front of them and they will read that. This is, for instance, one of the patterns, right? I want you to learn is that there are a lot to them when it comes to the colors, when it comes to different pictures, when it comes to the videos. These are the things that we are going to learn. Now, when you learn this one, next time that you're going to create the ad, you know that if there is an image and the text, I need to put the image on the left side, and I need to put the text on the right side.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hashtag value bomb if you guys are watching, because that right there was a value bomb for sure.
Okay, so these are the patterns that I'm going to teach you in different sections of the course, and I want you to learn them, and I want you to master them. That they will save you a ton of time. They will save you a ton of money rather than just going out and trying different things and don't know which one works, which one doesn't work. For instance, the other thing is when it comes to the color, the human brain picks the red color before than the other colors. So if your ad is in red, someone is scrolling right away, say whoop, red color, just gives a signal to our brain. But because on the other hand, red is also the color that sometimes people uses for aggressiveness. Sometimes you may not want to use red color, you may want to use another color. The second color, which is important to our brain after the red, is green. So our brain picks the green faster than the other colors after red. And then when it comes to blue, you need to make sure what type of blue color you're going to use, the light glowy blue, or you're going to use a shade of blue, which is similar to the Facebook. Now, when you look at the psychology of the colors, the reason Facebook selected that blue color is because that blue color delivers the message of trust. Now, you may want to deliver the same message through your ad, but the problem is if you pick that blue color, your ad gets fade out into the Facebook's user interface. That will be melted in that interface. So you need to think about how you are going to deliver that message, what type of blue color you're going to use, and what type of other colors you're going to mix with it. So these are the things that we're going to learn. And I want you to learn all of those techniques because they are important. Now, so we talk about this one, which is going to winner. Now, the other thing is Facebook's ad auction. Now, how many of you guys who are live know that Facebook ad works as an auction system?
I personally didn't know that. We'll see if we'll see if anybody else. I mean, I figure when you're paying for ads, they're just gonna take your money and put it in front of a certain number of people, and then that's about it.
Mm, no, no, it's not that. Facebook ads works as an auction system, but the auction system is a bit different. It's not like, okay, it's not like a house to say, okay, you put this one, you put that one. There are a lot of different elements involved in it. It's not just about the price. Of three key elements, which we call them Facebook bear. It's not this bear, is this bear. It's your bid, it's the expected action, and it's the relevance. So it's what is your bid, how much you're spending for your ads, and what will be your bid price. And then what is the expected action you want from the users, because that will tell the Facebook's algorithm what to do and what is your target user. For instance, imagine if you are advertising and video ad in your segment of the market, or if you're targeting, for instance, let's say you're targeting people who like golf and you are sharing a video ad about playing golf, and your expected action is for people to watch the video, then Facebook tries to find people who like golf and are more likely to watch videos. There might be people who like golf, but they don't watch videos. They just interact with the images. Facebook doesn't want to show your ad to those. Why? Because Facebook wants to deliver value to you so you can advertise more on Facebook as well. But again, we need to be sure about providing accurate information to the algorithm so they can Facebook can collect good information for us, good audience for us. Talking about relevance, it's another factor that is involved. It talks about that one, how you can improve your relevance. That's really important. There are multiple different things involved in relevance. The social proof is one of them, for instance. The other element involved in the relevance is how many times your payments bounces back. But that is also important. That will impact your relevance score. All of them combined to each other will increase or decrease your chances of winning in this auction. And I'll tell you why Facebook is running this auction. Facebook doesn't want the platform to become as an advertising platform. Facebook stays as a platform that people trust as a social media. Advertising is a service that is provided on top of it. Because if you look at websites, for instance, in the past, there were a lot of blogs that we were going to read and learn from. But over time, they were just started to put different pop-ups and different banners and different ads in the middle of the text. And it was just, we were seeing more ads than the content. So we stopped going to those blogs and to those websites. Facebook doesn't want that to happen to Facebook users and Facebook platform. So this is why Facebook is limiting the number of ads you see on your feed based on your interaction with the ads and based on your behaviors. And now when an ad is running, when you're running an ad, Facebook just runs that auction again to see, okay, who should see your ad and who should not see your ad. Again, we discussed this one in more detail. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. But for instance, this one, slide was supposed to be gray, but I'm not sure why it's black anyway. So here is an example, right? Imagine I use this scenario just to reduce the amount of assumption and make sure we can have some good examples. Imagine me and you are affiliate marketers for a company called Moonlight. Moonlight makes health and beauty products. Now, this is the ad they created for one of their, let's say, night creams. They give us all the ads, everything. We just need to create our own target audiences and pay for our own advertising. I'm targeting female audiences who are aged between 25 and 30, who live in New York, who love fashion, who has dog. This one has dog, just you don't see it on the screen. Interested in skincare, interested in beauty. You may target female, again, similar, age 25 to 30, similar, lives in New York, similar, loves fashion, similar. You don't target the people who have dog, but you target the people who have interest in skincare, interested in beauty, and you may select people who play Candy Crush. Now, imagine we have one imaginary prospect. Her name is Catherine. She's 27 years old. She lives in New York. She has a dog. She's interested in fashion. She's interested in beauty. She's interested in skincare. She plays Candy Crush and Cookie Jam. So as you can see, she's my prospect. She's your prospect. And what we have a difference between one interest, right? Everything else is similar. And the question is, okay, so Catherine is going to see my ad, is going to see your ad. I don't want to answer that now. I want you to have this one. And if you join the course, we're going to talk about it in detail, but it's interesting. Now, I want you to learn ISPS as another takeaway. Again, regardless of you join the program or not, I want to add some value and I want you to learn something. Have you ever wondered how Facebook knows I wanted to see this content? How Facebook knows that I wanted to hear from this friend of mine, right? So for instance, imagine you have a couple of different friends. One of them posted his photo with his Ferrari. The other one posted his photo fishing. The other one posted his photo swimming. And the other one is just jumping on a plane, check out at the airport. Facebook knows which one should come on your timeline. And you see exactly that. And believe it or not, Facebook is predicting our behavior better than us. The last time I was reading an article, they were saying Facebook is collecting about 59,000 data points directly and a lot more than that indirectly about us and analyzing our behaviors. So what is ISPS? ISPS is the method, is the system, is the kind of scoring platform or kind of filter that Facebook uses to decide what should come on your wall, what should come on your feed. It starts with an inventory. Every post, every ad in the Facebook goes into an inventory. So that's the I. Everything is there. The posts, the ads, everything is there. From the inventory, Facebook picks the ones that have signals. And the signals mean someone is interacting with the ad, they are commenting on the ad, they're liking ads, and they're sharing ads, or the post maybe, or the video or the photo. Facebook algorithm picks those signals. Then prediction. The Facebook's prediction algorithm decides that, okay, from the inventory and those who have different signals, I can say, if I want to show content on Corey's wall, the green video and the purple video and this yellow and blue image have the highest chance that if I show them to Corey, Corey is going to interact with them. He's going to like them, he's going to share them, he may tag his friends. So those are now shortlisted. Then Facebook does a scoring system, and based on the scoring system among those who are shortlisted, decides which one of these posts should go on Corey's post from wall, or if they are ad, which one of them should go on Corey's wall, and Corey will see them. So that's ISPS. Now, what is really important to know is, as someone who is going to advertise on Facebook, inventory, prediction, and score are completely out of reach. You can't touch them. You don't need to know how they work in detail, because that's totally under the control of Facebook, and you have no control and no influence over them. The factor that you can influence and use it to influence the system is the signal, how you can increase the signal. And then comes different types of signals that we have, which are active and passive signals. The comments, the replies, the likes, the shares, the social proofs, they increase the signal on the system. And I will share some of the tricks and the strategies with you. And anything other than active signals is known as passive signals by Facebook system, like when the ad was posted, when the content was posted, or whether it was posted through the mobile or whether it was posted through the desktop. Those are passive signals. So as you can see, the reason that I'm sharing this information with you is I want you to learn that system is so advanced. It's sophisticated. It's not just like, okay, let's spend more and see whether it works or not. You need to learn how the system works. Then you can be successful. And then someone says, learn the rules and then master the game. All right.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this one, it's another scenario about what we discussed, which I don't want to talk about it. Now, quickly, a lot of you may know, or if you haven't run any campaign, but don't worry about it. We go into all of the detail of it. But everything in Facebook ads starts with a campaign. The campaign is your objective. What is it that you want? Why you are having that ad? Why? Like, I want to send traffic to my website. I want people to know my brand. I want to send people to the checkout form and just buy something. That is going to be objective of your campaign, and that is going to define what type of campaign you're going to use. Then you're going to define your ad set, which under a campaign you can have multiple ad sets. For instance, you can have ad set based on different placements. I want to create different ads for users who are I'm targeting on mobile rather than the ones that I'm targeting on desktop. Or you can create different ad sets, and you can say, oh, I'm selling kids clothing, and my target audiences are in US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. So one of the things is when it comes to the audiences, when you are advertising the winter clothes for US and Canada, it's summer in Australia and New Zealand. So you need to have different audiences in different ads and different ad creatives. And then here comes your ads, what type of ad you are going to use, whether it's video ad, image ad, what type of format, what type of media, what type of action you want to have this item assigned to the ad. Again, we'll discuss all of them in detail. And here is what I want you to learn. Out of every 10 Facebook ads that fail, 6 of them are failing because of wrong audience targeting. And 3 of them are failing because of wrong campaign setup. And 1 of them is failing because of ad copy or ad visual. But unfortunately, when I see someone's Facebook ad is not working, most of the times I see them, they jump on the console, they just try to change the image, they just try to tweak the text, they just try to tweak the action that they call to action, but they don't pay enough attention to who are they targeting and what type of campaign they have created. Those are most important ones, because if you look at them combined together, the campaign setup and audience targeting are accountable for 90% of the Facebook ads failure, right? And you will master both of them. Don't worry about that. And I tell you why I cannot help you with the writing. I want to be upfront and honest. Ad copy is not my job. I really and honestly suck as ad copy. I'm not a good writer. But what I will do for all of the sessions, I invite people who are expert in ad copy, and I request them to have session for you about ad copy specifically. So they will talk to you about how you can write your ad copy, different methods, different techniques. Now, about the traffic, Corey, how long we have? How much time we have left?
I was going to try to get this wrapped up probably in the next 5-10 minutes. Okay. If you guys want, we can always maybe come back later this week. I know right now you got the sale going, so it's only $100 for this course, guys. The price is going up to $24.97 after the end of this month. So you want to get in now. $100 gets you in, gets it locked in, no biggie. But I wanted to make sure that you guys got a chance to take a look at this before that sale was over. If you want, though, we can do another little video like this later this week if you want, before we'll do one last final push at the $100 price later in the week, so we can go over kind of part 2 of this. I'm not sure how much more of info you got for your presentation. I know right now we're getting all kinds of comments just saying how much this is like probably the most value they've seen.
Sure. So let me show you what you get. So let me show you what you get. Sure. So here's the program. The core program is $2,497, and then you get 2 weeks live coaching, which is really important, and that's what you don't get with all of the courses out there. You just get the courses, which are video courses. You have to go learn, and then you have to be you are on your own to implement and learn them. But I don't want you to do that. I will be helping you day by day from day 1 of the program until end of the program, and after that. Then that is included. You will get the ad execution blueprint. I can tell you that's priceless, and I wish someone would have given me when I started working with Facebook ads. Then I will give you a cheat sheet on how to do competitor and market scouting, and then how to identify the ads which are selling good and better than the others, and model your ads rather than just going with trial error. I will give you a success template. Just make sure when you are working with your Facebook ads, nothing is left over, and you went through a systematic process that you implement and reuse it every single time. Every single time. That saves you a lot of time, and a lot of effort. You get your ROI calculator. You get conversion rate optimization QuickBook. That's really, really, really important, because a lot of times you do Facebook ads and you send people to your sales funnel. You see a lot of traffic are coming, but no one is buying. Why? I want you to learn what are different techniques that you can learn to improve your optimization. And also, when it comes to strategy, I remember when I started initially my business, someone was telling me, we charge you 5K to just have a discussion about the strategy and produce a strategy document for you. I tell you what, I give you a 30 minutes video plus a simple template, because I believe in simplicity. I believe in simplicity. I give you a 30 minutes video plus a template that you can reuse it for any business that you can imagine. Any business you can imagine, and you can have a clear understanding of looking at that single image and say, I know exactly what I need to do now, rather than creating a $5,000 document, which could be 500 pages, and by the time you read it, it's obsolete. You have to reestablish your strategy. And all of that, it's valued at $14,000, $491. But you buy all of that, $100 for $100 if you buy before June 30th. And that's my promise. It's not a marketing hype. You will see, and on 1st of July, this sales page is completely down. Then there's a webinar session and the price is going up. That's it. Now, just $100 between now and 30th of June. And you can see on the screen, that's a no-brainer. We're going to end that promotion is going to end on 30th of June, or if the spots are taken earlier than that.
Yeah, let me jump back on there real quick, just because like bonus number 4, you just breezed over real quick like it was no big deal with the ROI calculator. So if you guys don't know what ROI is, it's return on investment, right? And that he's saying that it's valued at $199. That is actually priceless, because if you know what your return on investment is going to be, then you know how much you can pump into a strategy, into an ad campaign, right? Because obviously, if you're spending $5 to make $6, as long as you're making that extra dollar, you know that you're making money. A lot of people that do Facebook ads, though, don't keep track of ROI at all, and then they end up losing money, and they don't know why, because they might be getting sales, but they don't realize that they're spending way more money on advertising than they're actually getting in return on the sales. So that was my first point. Like, ROI is a huge thing. $199, that's like a super, like, that's priceless if you ask me, because your business has to be bringing in money in order for you to be a profitable, successful business and keep your doors open, right? And then also, you said at the bottom that there's only so many spots available. How many spots are available? Because I didn't even know that.
For every run, I prefer to do not have more than 50, because I want to be able to have enough time spending with them, coaching them. Because definitely when we go to the live sessions, we will have people who will jump and they will have questions. Depend on their experience. Sometimes people may have some experience, but some people may have no experience with Facebook ads. They will need more support. So I want to make sure I will have enough time, but we'll see.
All right, well, there you guys have it. 50 spots available. You only got until next Monday, a week from today, to lock it in. Well, actually, I guess it'd be Sunday, because the first, it's going to be $24.97, as he said. So make sure you guys take advantage of it today. I left a link in the comments. Make sure you check it out. If you got any other questions, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me. It's also
on the screen. Yep.
And that's and that's the link on the screen, guys. It is my it's a ClickMagick link, just because I wanted to track how many people are going through it. So definitely another thing that you guys want to do as a business owner is keep track of where the traffic's coming from. So that's why I'm using the ClickMagick link.
Yep. And so, guys, if you have any questions about Facebook ads, or if you need any help, just feel free to reach out. I'm yet to start the 30 days go live challenge in your group, Corey, but I was busy because of the Facebook's recent changes in April, which were implemented starting in May. I had to revamp the program and make sure it's up to date to cover all of those recent changes. So I was busy with that, but hopefully I will also start soon in your group with the 30-day challenge.
See, that's actually a great point that you just said there, because of the fact that, like, Facebook is constantly kind of changing their algorithms and all this different stuff. And just the fact that you just mentioned that means so much, because there's courses out there that are probably, 2-3 years old that are still selling for more than $100, like this one. And they're probably not even up to date, right? They're probably like old stuff that won't work at all. So you guys are getting live, fresh stuff from Facebook Master, right? Facebook Ads Master. So definitely lock it in. Only 50 spots, guys. So hopefully you guys can get yours locked in before then, before they run out. And then, you know, if you want, I'm in. Maybe we'll try to schedule something after the video to
Sure.
do another quick session if that's cool. If there's a lot of questions that come in on this video anyway, maybe we can schedule one for later in the week. That way we can get those questions answered kind of thing or something, and then you know, go from
Sure.
there. But to be honest, guys, if we didn't answer your questions inside of this video right here, I mean, for $100, I guarantee they're going to be answered inside the course. You know, because it's just packed full of value. Like just the stuff that he shared with us inside of this free training today is worth more than $100. So you should be doing him a favor and just buying his course just for what he gave you today, if you ask me. But you got anything else to add? I'm in.
No, all good. Thank you so much for your time, and everyone who was on the call. Thank you so much for your time and your patience. Sorry if I was going fast. Sometimes when I get so passionate about these Facebook ads and the algorithms.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, right? Like that's, you know, like so inside this group, we're always talking about like, you know, being whatever it is that you're passionate about. And I try to encourage people to do live videos like this and just get out there and kind of give it what they got, you know, and it was great. But, you know, again, you obviously know so much about Facebook ads that you can't just fit it into an hour window, right? Like
Absolutely,
that's all.
yeah.
And
so
only
the videos that we have in this course, only the videos are over 20 hours, plus the live sessions that I will be running, plus and again some of the content when I show those bonuses. Just I want you to know that it's not just a template that you can go and figure out how it works. I will teach you how to use each of them individually. So when you go out, you know how to use the ROI calculator. When you go out, you know how to use the blueprint. When you go out, you learn how to use that marketing document. I want you to learn all of that. And when you go out, I want you to have the peace of mind and happiness that, okay, now I invested in something that gave me more value than what I invested. And I want you to learn something that I'm delivering to you inside out, the way I'll call it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Again, thank you so much. Like this was
Thank
like
you.
hashtag value bomb. If you guys are still watching this, I know this is like at the very end. We've been almost an hour live now. And but if you are still watching, hashtag value bomb, because that's what this was all about, just adding value. And it was just a great interview. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Any questions that come up, I'll make sure I reach out to you. I know that there's a bunch of people already asking questions as far as, you know, getting the course and stuff. So I'll direct those to you. And
sure.
It was awesome, man. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.